Good afternoon, everyone. Hello, good afternoon. It's great to see all of you here today, and thanks for joining us here at Promega, the day before Halloween. We promise no tricks, just the treat of good company, good conversation, and of course some really good food, so hopefully you enjoyed the lunch. I'm Karen Burkhartsmeyer, part of our corporate communications team here at Promega. I'm also a proud Fitchburg resident, having moved here from out of state over 10 years ago, and I mean, how could you not be drawn to this beautiful and vibrant community? So Promega is pleased to host the Fitchburg Business Appreciation Luncheon today. Again, hope you enjoyed your meal, prepared by our much-loved culinary team. They used produce and herbs grown at Daily Fields, which is our corporate garden, our own corporate garden. It's located just a few minutes from here, just off of Lacey Road. And speaking of a local harvest, just a quick reminder that today is the final Fitchburg Farmers Market of the season, so make sure you stop by 3 to 6 p.m. over at the Agora Pavilion. And just, a perfect way to really highlight the local connections that really make this community thrive. I'd like to extend a heartfelt thank you to those who helped bring today together. First of all the wonderful people, of course, at the Fitchburg Chamber of Commerce, the City of Fitchburg, Mike and Joyce's team, our Promega events team, whose coordination makes it look like this comes together just seamlessly, but there's a lot that has to happen in the background. And we're also honored to have some, of course, and our Promega culinary team as well. We are so lucky at Promega to be able to have that delicious food every day available to us. So it really is a treat that we can share that with all of you. And we're also honored to have some special guests with us this afternoon. Of course, Fitchburg Mayor Julia Arata-Frada. Glad you can be here. And we have several other elected officials here as well. It's wonderful to have you here today. And of course, the owners and representatives of Fitchburg businesses who truly embody today's theme, honoring local roots, community wellness, and the competitive spirit. So I wanted to talk to you a little bit about Promega. Promega employs more than 2,000 people worldwide. And more than 1,400 of them report here to our headquarters in Fitchburg. The Promega employee base contributes a wide range of skills and disciplines in research and development, logistics, manufacturing, engineering, information technology, sales, marketing, customer service, technical service, training, human resources, communications, the list goes on and on. For those who may not be as familiar with Promega, we develop technologies and chemistries that scientists use to study life at the cellular level. And our products help researchers do things like better understand disease, discover new drugs, and even to analyze DNA at forensic investigations. And while our work reaches scientists all over the world, our roots are, of course, right here in Fitchburg. Every year, Promega does business with hundreds of Wisconsin companies, spending over $50 million statewide, reflecting a strong and ongoing economic connection across the state. Here, within the immediate Fitchburg-Madison area, so within a radius of about 10 miles of where we are sitting, that includes over 150 local organizations and with an over $10 million annual spend. So we're thankful for the strong local relationships that help both Promega and our neighbors thrive. And we're thankful to the entire Fitchburg business community for the collaboration, energy, and commitment that make this such a wonderful place to both live and work. And it's in that spirit that brings us together today to celebrate what we've built as a community and to look ahead to what's next. So once again, it is our honor to host all of you here today at Promega. And with that, I'd like to welcome the chair of the Fitchburg Community and Economic Development Authority, Mark Hamilton.
Thank you, Karen. Good afternoon, everybody. I hope you had a great lunch. I think she gave a very good overview of what we had and how they get to eat out here. But I'm Mark Hamilton. I have the pleasure for the past 2 years of being the chair of the CETA organization. I am retired from UW Health, and I've lived in Fitchburg 33 years. So my kids used to practice soccer right across the street over here where their spa is. So we've been here a while and seen a lot of positive change. In addition to serving on CETA, I also serve on the Bike and Ped Commission and Bike Fitchburg. CETA is focused on development and economic development in our community. Housing, economic development, and at the same point in time, we're going to be responsible starting later in next month, starting to update the strategic plan, the economic division in motion to go forward in the future. Our CETA members are Mario Garcia Sierra, Dan Hardy, Alder Joe Maldonado, Andy Potts, who's our vice chair, and Jenny Sanders. So I want to take some time to thank them for their service because we do a lot of work over the years. So thank you for that. Next, I want to thank, as we move forward, I want to thank our sponsors today. And we've got Promega, the City of Fitchburg, the Fitchburg Chamber and Business Bureau, and Fact TV. Fact TV is the one that's doing all this work, and it's going to have that out there for you to look at a later date. Without their help, we couldn't have gotten this done. At the same time, a special shout out to our city's economic development team, Mike Zimmerman, Joyce Fry, and Lorene Gage. With their planning and assistance and help, this wouldn't have gotten done. And as well, to a big thank you to Scott, who's sitting back there in the back somewhere, keeping all this video going for us at the same time. We couldn't have put this on without your contributions. And lastly, we want to thank the panelists you're going to hear for in a few minutes. So next, we're going to move into a city video that was done this year. Fitchburg continues to be a city in motion. There's been lots of groundbreaking ribbon cuttings, new developments since we last met. And at the same point in time, we've had a number of new businesses that have come on this year. And hopefully we'll get a little bit to see who those are at a later time. So we want to stop and play the video, and I'll let you turn it on, Scott. Wow, that's a lot of activity in 1 year. And if you're a business that was up there at the end of the video, if you're celebrating an anniversary, if you're here in the room, would you please stand up? We'd like to give you a round of applause. Okay, I can't see up here, so. Thank you very much. And in a second, we're going to play one more video because the city is always looking for better ways to service our population and our residents and customers. Dakota Dorn, the GIS coordinator, and Deanna Schmidt, our city planner, they developed a tool for those of you who are interested in knowing what's going on with projects and new things going on in the city. As you saw, there's a significant amount of building going on in this city, a lot of change, a lot of growth. So if we could play that video on using the development viewer.
To view documents on any pending development in the city, log into www.fitchburgwi.gov. Scroll to the bottom of the page and click on GIS/Maps. Then click on Development Viewer. Locate the property you would like to see. If there is a green dot on the property, click on the dot, and then Application Materials on the left, and the document related to the property will appear.
Okay, we'll see if I can get on there without messing that up, but I'll give it a try. So next, it's my pleasure to introduce Mayor Julia Arata Frada. She was elected in 2023 as mayor, but I also knew her personally as our alder for over 8 years before she became mayor. And she truly has the city's best interest at where she's trying to do and where she's going with things. She served on the Common Council for 8 years, and she was council chair president in 2020. She has over 20 years' experience as a CPA in business and accounting and works for Wagner CPAs as a senior manager in the Accounting Solutions Group. She served on several boards throughout the county, and she's also extremely involved in Latino population and community. She's dedicated to assessing housing affordability and equitable growth in our city. Her primary objective is to make Fitchburg a safe, healthy, and inclusive city, which I think is a great vision to work from. She was born in Cordoba, Argentina. Did I pronounce it right? And has been a resident in Fitchburg since 2004, and she's married and has 2 sons. So, Julia, the floor is yours.
Hello, Fitchburg. Hi, everyone. Buenas tardes a todos. Thank you, Mark, for your remarks. It's wonderful to see so many friendly faces today, like business partners, community leaders, friends, city staff, and elected officials. To celebrate today another year of this, what we're doing here in the city of Fitchburg, through this business luncheon. So before I want to recognize some elected officials that we have today, I will recognize Senator Melissa Ratcliffe. She's here with us. Thank you, Melissa, for being here. Dane County Executive Melissa Agar. Representative Randy Udell, that he's also a Fitchburg resident. And also representing the office of Senator Tammy Baldwin, Justin Williams. I don't know where Justin is. And of course, our city elected official. We have a couple today. Alder Bill Jetzer is here. Alder Logan Reistag. I don't know where Logan. Alder Dave Herbst is here. I don't know where Dave is. And Alder Michael Ladoucet. So thank you. Every year, these events remind me why Fitchburg is such a special place to live, work, and do business. Our theme today, honoring local roots, community wellness, and the competitive spirit, capture exactly who we are as a city. We honor our local roots the families, the farmers, entrepreneurs, and innovators who built this community from the ground up. We invest in community wellness through parks, housing, and sustainability that make Fitchburg healthy, connected, and vibrant city. And also we celebrate our competitive spirit that drive creativity, collaboration, that make Fitchburg one of the most dynamic cities in our region. And I have to say that because I am the mayor, okay? So, as we say in Spanish, el que siembra cosecha, those who plant harvest. Our success today is the result of years of planting seed in businesses, in people, infrastructure, and in partnership that make our community prosper. Fitchburg continues to grow with purpose and direction. We are now home of more than 36,000 people, 1,000 more than last year. Over 1,000 businesses from advanced manufacturing and biosciences to technology, healthcare, and hospitality. Our economy remains strong, supported by careful planning, fiscal responsibility, and strategic public and private partnerships. We are uniquely positioned minutes away from downtown Madison, yet with our own identity. People say that we don't have our own identity. I will say that we are kind of this urban, suburban community with a lot of energy, vision, and of course, a lot of biking. Tenemos nuestras propias raíces y nuestra propia historia. We are our own roots and our own story. Our diversity, cultural, economic, and social, remains one of our greatest strengths. It gives us resilience, creativity, and connection. The very things that make Fitchburg not just a city that grows, it's a city that thrives. As Fitchburg grows, we must also ensure that everyone, families, seniors, and workers, has a place to call home. That's why this year we launched our housing initiative, building homes and strengthening our Fitchburg community. This plan represents a major commitment to expanding housing options and improving affordability across the city. Through our $10 million Affordable Housing Fund, we are planning to invest in several options. Let me share a few highlights. We are investing in rental rehabilitation and efficiency navigator program partnered with Sustain Dane. We have invested in 10 buildings, 72 rental units, and this work so far has helped 68 families by providing energy efficiency and reducing costs for our renters. We are creating a deferred loan for workforce housing initiative for low-income housing tax credit project for families and seniors. The first loan in the amount of $330,000 was awarded to the Uptown Hills development for the 24 workforce townhomes. So I think Sean O'Brien is here. Thank you, Sean, for working with us with this project and bringing this townhome here. Also, we are launching in the land banking and acquisition by allocating $2 million for infill and redevelopment sites. By establishing a down payment assistance fund by allocating $2.5 million to help working families to buy the first home here in Fitchburg, by creating an emergency fund for senior homeowners to help seniors stay safely in their homes. Also, by introducing the first pilot on workforce housing and market rate that just was approved by our Common Council 2 nights ago. Our first project is the Lido apartment by Avante Properties in Uptown. And we are assessing 10% of the unit to workforce at 60% area median income. I want to say thank you, Avante Property, for working in this partnership. And yeah. And we are also working on exploring public and private partnership because solving the housing crisis here in Fitchburg, and Dane County and the state, is going to take a lot of collaboration and a regional approach. Municipality, we cannot do this alone. So across the city, housing development is booming. I don't know if you have been driving Fitchburg, and you can see that there's a lot of development coming up. From workforce home, townhomes, affordable senior housing, new market rate project, and single-family homes. This year, I know Fitchburg will add over more than 400 new housing units, but guess what? For 2026, we are gonna be close to 1,000 new units that are planned or under construction. So do you know what does it mean? We need to invest more in infrastructure, in roads, water towers, sewer, you name it. And of course, we will need to add more staffing to serve our community, because as I always say, to all our city staff that are here, please raise your hand. Where you are? City staff are the engine of this community. And that is what I call real progress, and it reflects our shared goal of building an inclusive, sustainable Fitchburg for everyone. Fitchburg is not only building homes, we are building opportunities. Companies like Sub-Zero Group, which are expanding the global campus by building the headquarters center, and the new, still under construction, but soon to be finished, the Spring Hill Suite Hotel, a Marriott product with 100 rooms, are examples of companies investing and in creating jobs in our city. We are also preparing to launch our City in Motion in a couple of weeks. It's an initiative that will define Fitchburg economics development strategy for the years ahead. It will focus on retaining and attracting businesses, strengthening partnership, and ensuring that we remain competitive in the Madison region. Every new business, every expansion, and every new redevelopment adds to our momentum. And it tells our story, our Fitchburg story, a story of resilience, innovation, and collaboration. So our vision for the future extends beyond growth. It's about creating a city where people and business thrive together. For our kids, that they will live in a healthy community. We continue to invest in parks, bike trails, infrastructure, public transportation, access to housing, and public spacing that strengthen wellness and connection. From the expansion of the McGaw Park's pickleball court to the new bike infrastructure to sustainable project to our new Fitchburg Park that is going to be located in the north part of Fitchburg, the hub. We are looking for names, so everyone can apply for that if you want, until December 22nd. Ribbon cutting November 24. Everyone is invited from 3 to 6. And of course, if you have noticed, we are also building our police facility that is under construction. Así construimos comunidad juntos. That's how we build community together. And of course, none of this is happening without you, our businesses, you are the backbone of Fitchburg. You create jobs, support local causes, and bring innovation and pride to our city. Whether you have been here for decades or just opened your doors, you represent the best of Fitchburg, our local roots, our community wellness, and our competitive spirit. Today's panel reflects that perfectly. You will hear from 4 businesses whose stories embody what it means to grow, to adapt, and to lead, each of one showing that when our local business succeeds, our entire community succeeds. So thank you for being here, all of you. Finally, so I'm almost done. As we look ahead, I am proud of what we are building here in Fitchburg, juntos, together. Fitchburg continues to stand out, not only as a great place to do business, but as a city that values connection, wellness, and opportunity. We have a strong foundation, a clear vision, and a shared purpose. And as your mayor, I will continue working with all of you, our entrepreneurs, developers, residents, farmers, to ensure that Fitchburg remains a city that honors its past, invests in its people, and competes with integrity and ambition. In Spanish, we say, seguimos adelante juntos. We keep moving forward together. So thank you for being here today. This is our Fitchburg story. But before we are leaving, I am leaving, there is a breaking news that today, this morning, I had the honor to be part of another exciting milestone for our city, the groundbreaking of UW Health Fitchburg Rehabilitation Hospital in Uptown Fitchburg. This project represents much more than a new facility. It symbolizes partnership, investment, and a vision. I want to thank UW Health, Unity Point Health Medicare, and Life Point Health for choosing Fitchburg, for believing in this community and investing in our city. And some of the executives of those organizations are here, so I want to say, raise your hand and thank you very much. For years, the city has been very intentional about making Uptown Fitchburg a hub where innovation, housing, and business intersect. This is the first of many youth health projects in this area, a catalyst that will continue to shape Uptown Fitchburg, a vibrant area where people can live, work, heal, and prosper. And we are also excited to be part of the future development of the 20 acres medical campus here. The first shovel went in the ground this morning, but we are looking forward for the opening and ribbon cutting of the 2027. So before I leave, I need to thank a lot of people, and especially our economic development team. You know who you are, city staff, because a lot of city staff have been working for this, behind the scenes for this Luncheon, and also Promega, and of course the Fitchburg Chamber of Commerce, Angela and your team for being an excellent partner. So enjoy the rest. Muchas gracias. And enjoy the rest of the ceremony.
Thank you, Mayor Julia. There's a lot going on in this city, and I think you all are a part of it. So the more you can get engaged in this, we'd love to have you engaged. As a city volunteer, it helps to have everybody engaged. So next part of our show is we're going to welcome Jeremy Crosby up to the stage. He's the Community Media Services Manager for Fitchburg Access Community Television. I couldn't get that all in one thing. I had to look at that, so I got it right. At any rate, they are doing all the work to make this today, make it good for us. He's joined the city in 2010. He's been instrumental in enhancing the community media things, at the same point in time helping city staff with needs. He leads a dedicated team. Those folks back there in the back, a big shout out to you again for what you do to make our meetings good. Thank you. And Jeremy's also the host of Talking Fitchburg, which is a daily news show that tells you what's going on in the city. He talks to leaders and business leaders, et cetera. And that's on every day. You can watch that on Fax TV. So again, through his leadership and this team's leadership, we are able to know what's going on in our city. So use Fact TV, and there's a lot going on there. So I'm going to turn over to Jeremy, who's going to get our panelists up here. So thank you.
You did it. You did it. All right, how's everybody doing? My panelists are a little nervous, so I'm going to get the nerves out for you right now. I was told to be a little funny, too, and Sean, I heard that from you over there. I'm honored to welcome everybody to the panel discussion today, honoring local roots, community wellness, and the competitive spirit of Fitchburg's story. My team's put together a good vignette of our businesses, which we're going to take a look at here. But today we celebrate the people and businesses that make Fitchburg such a unique and thriving community. Each of our panelists represents a story of resilience, innovation, and connection, all grounded right here in our city, from wellness and hospitality to gaming and motorsports, which if you saw the Porsche out there, I hope you saw that Porsche, it's pretty amazing. These businesses show what it means to dream big, work hard, and stay true to their roots. Take a look.
So Tapatíos is a family-owned business. We've been in the business almost 8 years now. We started as a food cart. We built a pretty good client base, and so we have, when are you going to build a brick and mortar?
Our daily commute was through here, and when we thought about opening a restaurant, we saw that there was a for lease sign here.
We loved it. It was a white space, and I said, how is this even going to be a restaurant? There's a drain in the ground, and there's nothing.
That's what I did right after high school, construction.
And it's like, we could do this, we could do this. We see the booths, we see the kitchen. And so I just kind of closed my eyes and, okay, I'm in, let's do it.
We didn't have much money, Everything was done by us. I think that's how we were able to achieve it.
So we're very happy we chose Fitchburg, and
And most importantly, I think Fitchburg chose us.
Yeah.
They always supported us.
yes,
Yeah.
100%.
Like she said, through COVID, it was like an army. Like
Right.
they were just here to support the business. Thank you, Fitchburg.
Please join me in welcoming Daniel and Leticia Hernandez, owner of Tapatios.
Here at Needed Relief Day Spa, we are a full-service day spa. We do services such as massage, facials, manicures, pedicures, body treatments, personal training, and hydrotherapy. We were provided an opportunity to be able to continue a small business. We actually purchased Needed Relief, and it was an opportunity for us to continue to the work that they had started, treating the community, allowing them a place to de-stress and relax and kind of forget about everything that's going on in the outside world.
Being at the right place at the right time, Fitchburg was the best thing for us. A lot of our clients is in this area, Verona, Oregon, Stoughton area. We feel to be south of Madison, and we wanted to be 7 minutes away from our previous location. So this was the perfect location for us.
And we were looking to build, but unfortunately most of the land was already taken up. So we met with Mike Zimmerman, and he pointed to this plot of land and said, hey, they're going to be building something there someday, and I think it'll be a great fit. So the rest is history.
Please welcome Duke and Nicole Harvey, owners of Needed Relief Day Spa and Wellness.
At Noble Knight, we carry the world's largest selection of games. We sell board games, card games, role-playing games, miniature games, dice, supplies, and we ship those 7 days a week all over the world. And then what makes us unique is we have a buy-sell-trade program, so people can come in if they've got a closet full of games, send us your list, or just bring them right into our store. If you live in the Fitchburg area, you can just come right in. If you're out of state, we'll send you free shipping labels, and you can send your games to us, and like I said, we'll pay you cash or credit for your games. We were looking for a city that was growing. We were looking for a city that had a strong sense of community, and we were looking for a city that had strong roots to the gaming industry. And so we found Fitchburg, and it's been perfect. We moved in 8 years ago. We have our store, and we ship all over the world, but we also have a game play space, and so we're a big part of the community. There's game nights every night of the week and on the weekends. We recently completed a 32,000 square foot expansion to our warehouse. It's on the back of our building, and it's 2 levels, and so we've got even more space to buy and sell games.
Please welcome Dan Leader, co-owner of Noble Knight Games.
So Kelly Moss is the largest race team in North America by car count, and we are the winningest team in Porsche history. Not only are we known for our racing, but we also have about 120 Porsches in our facility, and we're working on high-end Porsche builds as well as our racing. So we have about 120 beautiful Porsches in our facility at any given moment. There's 2 different divisions. Our race team is working on making them all faster and perfect for the track, whereas our project team is making them a more enjoyable product. So some of the older Porsche cars that we have didn't come with air conditioning, and they didn't come with backup cameras, and we're taking care of some of those things for our clients. So Kelly Moss is strangely located in the Midwest in beautiful Fitchburg, Wisconsin, and that might seem like an odd place to put a race team, but given the fact that we race in Canada, we race in New York, we race in Texas, we race in Florida, we race in California, it's actually a really convenient location for us to get all of the places that we go.
Please welcome Victoria Thomas, co-owner of Kelly Moss. Turn your mics on, okay. Mark Hamilton's always hearing me say, turn your mic on, turn your mic on. So funny story, we set up these intros that they would come up to the stage, but we thought that if we were all sitting here, we would block the screen. So, the intro piece got a little weird, but nevertheless, so glad everybody's here. So we'll start with Tapatios, and I'm gonna give you an easy question out of the gate here, because we're all wondering, what's the #1 seller at Tapatios? I have a guess. I've had the chicken taco many times.
I'd say tacos.
Taco? Just tacos straight up?
Probably fish tacos. What would you say? Birria tacos.
All right, so everybody fish tacos? Raise your hand if you have the fish tacos. Just have various tacos? Raise your hand.
There you go.
There you go. See? That's the icebreaker right there. No, let's start here. So Tapatios has truly grown into a humble beginning and a local favorite. What role in Fitchburg community has played to help build and expand your business?
Oh my gosh, I'd say Fitchburg has been everything from the beginning through COVID to now. It's almost been easy just listening to what the people want. Always so supportive. I mean, if you just listen, you're almost guided by I mean, I feel like I was guided by you guys. I mean,
Yeah, our menu changed. Like day one, we had a very different menu than what it is now. And it was like, when are you gonna add this? When are you gonna add that? We started without margaritas. We would literally, strike one. But we quickly learned that, we'd have like groups just, oh, you don't have margaritas? And they'd get up and walk out. We're like, just try the food. No, we're here. So we applied for the liquor license. Fitchburg was great. That went wonderful. And now we have a full bar. But they've been just welcoming since day one. We have, we were lucky enough to start before COVID, so that we gained, I think a pretty great customer base before that. During COVID, they'd send us emails, letters, like, we want to see you after this, even checks in the mail, like, we want to see you here when this is over. So we owe it all to Fitchburg, and they've just welcomed us.
100%.
Yeah.
How many of you had the margaritas? Apparently, that's what I should have asked.
See?
Okay. Starting as a family-owned food cart, evolving into a brick-and-mortar restaurant is a huge leap. What were the biggest challenges and rewards making that transition?
I'd say the biggest was probably staffing it.
Yeah.
Building a great team. I mean, everybody always says this, but it's funny that it happened to us. Our staff is our family. I mean, it took a little bit to build it, but once you build it, it's so unique, so much like home. So
yeah, a lot of them have been there since day one. We're going on our 8th year now, so to build that team and really, like you said, what's the challenge and reward? I think it's kind of the same thing, that once we establish that team and really figure it out, okay, you are the face of Tapatios when we're not here, and to see that they care for it as much as we do, I think that's the biggest reward.
yeah.
Many small businesses dream of expanding. You guys have expanded. It's beautiful. What advice would you give someone considering to take that step, especially in a community like Fitchburg?
I would say just follow your dreams and goals. I mean, don't stop, right?
Yeah, it's very rewarding when you put out a product and people respond and they like it, and we'll give you that feedback. It's a really nice feeling to say, we're offering this, and they come, and then they come back, and then we get to know people by name. So I would say just, if you have a passion for it, just go for it. The rest will follow. The rest will kind of fall into place.
All right, well, round of applause for our two from here, Tapatios. Duke and Nicole Harvey from Needed Relief Day Spa and Wellness, welcome. And our question right out of the gate here is, how do I sign up to do some wellness stuff like right now? Get this moving nice and smooth, nice and easy. Like maybe we could do a relaxing thing like right now.
Yeah, we should have brought a massage therapist with us, right?
Hands up for that, right?
Yeah.
All right. So Needed Relief has become a wellness destination for Fitchburg. How do you define wellness in today's fast-paced and awfully stressful world? A little stressed up here, told you.
Yeah, I think the biggest thing for us is finding that balance. A lot of people will think wellness is just coming in, getting a massage or a facial or something like that, but it really is taking that time for yourself, even if it's just taking a breath at a stoplight, even if it's curling up with a book, something to that effect, but you're taking care of yourself and you're finding time for yourself is what's super important.
As a business owner and partners, how do you find the balance between your professional and personal lives working together so closely?
Depends on who you ask.
Duke?
between the both of us.
Well, we take the time. We love what we do, and we balance each other out. It gives us the opportunity when we get home, we can tune out work, but also keep work in mind. But we can look at our kids and say, you guys need the time too. So it's not a quick fix, but it's something that works for us.
Yeah, I definitely think it took time, because when we first opened Needed Relief on Park Street, Duke's son was only 12, and we were there all the time, folding sheets, talking about business, how are we gonna grow, and it gets to a point where you have to, again, have that balance and keep that separation. But I think we're able to do that pretty well together.
I would say, I think you guys are awesome. Best
Thank
team.
you.
Looking into the future, how do you envision wellness evolving in Fitchburg, and how will Needed Relief continue to lead that conversation?
Again, I think it's about balance. Since the pandemic, we've seen, I think the community and the nation as a whole has seen that work-life balance and how important that is. And for us, we're looking at, I was talking to somebody at lunch today, and our clients now, they're asking us, can we pay to just lay on the table for an hour after your massage?
Yes.
So we're looking at different ways that we can help the community, again, kind of have that time for themselves, even if it's not somebody physically touching them.
Just think about that for a second. Just taking time. Margarita's time. Maybe you two should partner up somehow, as a community wellness day.
Yes.
Awesome. Finally, from your perspective, what is one thing that local business owners or the city could do to strengthen Fitchburg's small business community?
Word of mouth. I figure that's be the best thing is word of mouth. Give everybody an opportunity to hear the experiences they've had and the experience they could have, and I feel word of mouth is one of the best opportunities we can have moving forward.
And just supporting each other, sharing each other's social media reels and things like that. And when people ask, where can we go for lunch? We can let them know where to go to lunch. And yeah, it's just supporting other people's businesses, utilizing the other small businesses around us.
Thank you, guys.
Yeah.
Dan. So I sat next to Dan for, eating lunch today, and I said, can I just ask you one question? And he's like, I'm sure he looked at me like, yeah, you're going to ask the question, aren't you? What's the number one game? Does anybody to throw out one? Monopoly. What do you think?
Magic the Gathering.
Dungeon and Dragons. That's Joyce's favorite. Okay, so Dan, answer the people's request. Number one game out of Noble Knight Gaming.
So I'll actually change my answer. So
You're what?
A better answer. So a game that's been really hot lately is called Heat Pedal to the Metal, and it's about racing.
About
motor
okay.
racing.
Okay.
So that. So I figured I had to change my answer being up here.
All right. So Noble Knight Games has built a global reputation while keeping deep roots here in Fitchburg. How do you maintain that balance between global reach and the local community connection, which you mentioned a little bit in the video?
Yeah, one thing that's been really interesting when we moved up here is that our local customers, which have been growing over the years, they use our website all the time. And so they're on our website, they're browsing new releases, they're browsing what we're cataloging, because we're cataloging new games like literally every minute of every day. And so they're on that site looking to see what we just cataloged and what condition it is, looking for those collectibles. And so we get a lot of feedback from our local customers about our website and what works and what doesn't work. And we put new features out there, we immediately get feedback. That's great, or why'd you do that? And so that really helps us from a global perspective. And then the other thing that we hear from our local customers a lot is just, what are those hot new games? And that really helps us apply those to our global customers. And so those are some ways that the local customers help apply globally.
The gaming industry is constantly evolving. How has Noble Knights adapted or shifted in the technology, the tariffs, the customer expectations? I can't even imagine.
Yeah, so one thing that we've done a lot recently is we partner with other companies that help us out. So when you're working in technology and in e-commerce, there's constant changes on your website. You have to constantly be updating your website and your technology. And so some examples of that are, rather than having our own IT department, we partner with a local firm here in Fitchburg, Odessus, who does our local IT. And so they manage all our local IT environment. They help make sure that our servers are kept up to date. And then on our website, we have a lot of different partners that we use as well. So a couple years ago, we realized that we had an issue with search on our website. We have the world's largest selection of games, 300,000 games, and our customers could not find what they were looking for. And so we talked about it and we said, hey, should we go ahead and spend a bunch of months developing search on our website? And we decided, no, let's go partner with a company that does that. And so that's what we did. And a couple lines of code later, we now have a world-class search software. So that's how we adapt to technology and customer expectations, is just by bringing in experts and other partners that have already mastered that technology.
I think this has given way to your recent expansion, which I would love to just see the warehouse and just try to find a game in the needle of a haystack type of scenario. But what indicators or community factors made you confident investing further in Fitchburg?
Yeah, so when we were looking for a new home about 9-10 years ago, before we chose Fitchburg, we were looking at a lot of different cities. And what really stood out about Fitchburg is the local roots to the tabletop gaming industry. And so there's lots of local game stores in Fitchburg and in Dane County. There's game distributors, lots of gaming conventions, lots of game creators call Fitchburg and Dane County home. And so that was a big reason. And then along with that, we have a great customer base because tabletop gaming is so established here. And then also we have a great base for employees. And so I hear a lot of companies talk about how they have trouble hiring. We don't have that problem. So we have lots of people want to work for us and work in their passion. And those are some of the big reasons why we chose Fitchburg.
Well, we're glad you're here. And another lunch conversation, and whether I should or shouldn't say this, but y'all can get involved in gaming. So you had mentioned that if you think of gaming, you might think of young people being involved, but we were talking that it's all ages that come out, and maybe people don't know that you have the space to come and play games.
Yeah, the front of our building is it's our store, and then half of it is our event space. And so every night of the week and on weekends, we have events, game nights, leagues, tournaments, and we have groups. And we have young kids that come in and play Pokemon, up to a group one of my favorite groups that we have that comes in on, I believe it's Wednesday afternoon, and they're called the Geezer Gamers. And so they come in. It's a group of retired folks, and they came in, and they originally they started playing Scrabble and really run-of-the-mill entry games, and then now they've leveled up and they play more Euro games and more complicated games. It's been fun to watch.
Just saying, another way to relax. There's a running theme here, right? Relax. Dan, thank you so much for being here. So Victoria, last but not least, the Porsche outside, when can we get a ride? Again, we'll take signups right over here for rides.
We're just trying not to get arrested on our way back to the shop.
That was my follow-up question, is how fast you... Okay, we're not going to talk about that. So Kelly Moss has become a powerhouse in motorsports. What drives your passion for racing and leadership in such a competitive field? And folks may not even know what the field is.
Well, you can see that we had a very busy year. I'm clearly 30 years older than my picture up there. So I think that for us, obviously the pursuit of excellence is incredibly important. Kelly Moss is known around the world as a championship caliber company, and we need to deliver that excellence. So maintaining, once you hit a particular degree of status, it becomes incredibly daunting to be able to continue that. In 2024, Kelly Moss won 11 championships, most of which were North American championships, and we had over 160 podiums. So we have a level of excellence, and then maintaining that becomes very challenging. But part of what it makes it maintainable is we've really woven in a bigger purpose than making people go fast on track, which is incredibly fun and it's rewarding. But when I stepped up in my position at Kelly Moss, there was less than 3% representation of women in motorsports, and the vast majority of them were in the hospitality area. So now Kelly Moss has half of our C-suite is women. We have female engineers, we have female truck drivers, car crews, technicians. Every area of our business, we have tapped into women, and it's incredible to be able to use your voice to make such incredible, impactful change, and that's very motivating.
I'm glad you mentioned, because the next question is, you're also a champion for girls in the STEM program. Why is it vital for young women to see themselves represented in industries like engineering and motorsports?
I absolutely believe that there was no one in motorsports. There were no men that said we don't want women.
It was clearly just not seeing it, your reticular activation system, filtering the 11 million pieces of information you receive subconsciously down to the 40 pieces that you process consciously. So the visibility was so important. And for me, the ability, we did the first ever motorsports badge for Girl Scouts, which we did nationally. So we brought the Girl Scouts into the track. This Saturday, we'll have 40 Girl Scouts at our shop here in Fitchburg, and we'll be teaching them about the different careers. Seeing the little Girl Scouts take a dialed down impact gun and change tires is really fun. So we do a lot of stuff to try to raise awareness. I've been written up in Forbes. I'm a writer for the Rolling Stone magazine. So I am able to use my voice to bring a lot of attention to this, and it allows people to see themselves in the industry, and that's just super rewarding.
It's incredible work. It really is. A final one, what message would you share with small business owners or startups in Fitchburg who are striving to innovate or make their mark, just as Kelly Mouse has?
Boy, you got to love what you do, because being a business, there's a lot of the highlight reels here that there's also a lot of sleepless nights and hard work and long days, and overcoming obstacles is so incredibly rewarding, but you have to love it to get to that finish line. For us, it's legacy over currency is so incredibly important. Our team is so sick of hearing us say that, but ultimately what is the best for the brand in the long term means more than any type of short-term gains. And love your people. Like we care so much about the team. We're very selective about, when I say selecting people on our team, I mean our clients as well. We're very careful to always select clients that treat our team with love and respect as well.
Please thank Victoria for being here. Trying to make sure we're keeping us on track here, so appreciate it. And I wish we could spend more time, but thank you to everybody that for our panelists here today for sharing their stories, your challenges, and your passion for the community. Your words remind us of the success in business that isn't just about growth; it's about connection. It's about investing in people, building community, and giving back to a place we all call home. So please, one more time, a round of applause for this great panel. Thank you. You did it.
Well, thank you, folks. I won't repeat what Jeremy said, but I do think it is about people and knowing your mission and listening to your customers. So, again, 4 unique stories, and I'm terrible at games, Dan. We need to talk. I want to thank you for attending, and I want to tell you we'll see you in 2026. At the same point in time, I want to give a commercial for the Get Festive Agora, which is going to be Friday, December 12th from 5 to 8, right across the street over here. And I've been promised something special from these guys in the evening. But anyway, again, thank you. I am pleased to serve on CETA and the team that I work with and the city leaders that we work with. There's a lot going on. And I think the key is, as community members and as chamber members and as business people in this town, get involved, understand what's going on, and reach out if you want to know more. So I will let you go, and thank you very much, and appreciate everybody.